The difference between prison rules and prison culture. Let's get into it. Prison rules are what is established by the prison administration, staff, correctional officers, warden, etc. It's typically what is introduced to you in the form of a handbook and orientation when you get transferred into a new prison. These are the rules that they enforce by writing institutional infractions and giving you charges that could impact your release date, visitation status, and more if you do not abide by said written rules and regulations. Some are more serious than others. For example, arguing with a CO could get you a charge, but fighting with the CO is definitely getting you sent to the hole. And you could also get a street charge. Those are prison rules. But now let's get into prison culture and why that's different. Prison culture is what is established in every single dorm, prison, housing unit, etc. by the prisoners, not the staff or administration. They have their own rules and regulations, culture, etc. that you live by within that housing unit. In every prison, typically in every dorm, the phones, the showers, the kiosks, everything is ran in a system within a certain structure that's established by the prisoners that are housed within that housing unit. Some of these rules that are put in place that I guess represent the prison culture, the culture of that dorm, etc., have been there for years. So yes, somebody's gonna probably say, well, can't I just go against the grain and not move how the dorm is moving? You could, but I guarantee it, you're gonna run into some static. Let me give you an example. In most prisons, the wall phones are controlled by cars, cities, gangs, etc., whatever you want to call it. And of course, that's against prison rules, but due to the prison culture, that's just how it goes. So when you walk into a dorm, typically, if you're somebody that uses the wall phone, you ask, how do they run the phones in here? It's a legit question. And to the people that say, I ain't asking nobody none, I'm just going to use the phone. You can do that. But the problem is most phones is attached to a car that's controlling it. That's going to be like an 8-on-1 situation. Yes, it sucks. It shouldn't be like that. But I'm just giving you an example of prison culture versus prison rules. I've been in some prisons and institutions where even the showers were ran with a certain structure. The Christians had it at one time, the Muslims had it at one time, etc., etc. And it was adhered by the prisoners, not because it was a prison rule, but because it was part of the prison culture that was established by the guys that were in that dorm. So that's a very basic breakdown of prison rules versus prison culture. And at the end of the day, how there's rules and regulations within prison. It's a very structured environment where consequences reign supreme. Overall, the moral of the story is to avoid all of that. Stay free. Peace.